Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
This is 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review-Journal.
Allegiant Stadium will be getting rid of 200 parking spots. What'll be taking its place instead? Good morning and thank you so much for joining us on 7 at 7. I'm Cynthia Puga. In your top stories, sponsored by Nevada Hand's Silver Sky Assisted Living Community. Learn more at nevadahand.org. It is officially Election Day, and if you're planning to vote today, there are a couple of things you should know before heading over to the polls. Our 7 at 7 anchor Lena Bleetz explains.
The polls are open now and will close at 7 p.m., but as long as you're in line before the clock strikes 7, you will be able to vote. You can register in person at a polling location with a valid Nevada driver's license or ID card. If your ID doesn't have your current address, you'll need to bring a valid proof of residence, such as a utility bill. If you're voting by mail, you can drop off your ballot at any polling location by 7 p.m. or before the mail is collected at your post office. To ensure your ballot has an Election Day postmark, you can drop it off by 8:59 p.m. at the James C. Brown Post Office at 1001 East Sunset Road. You can expect the first batch of results shortly after the polls officially close tonight, with regular updates after. The Associated Press may begin calling races tonight, but the state won't release its official results until November 12th. For more information, visit our voter guide at lvrj.com.
The Department of Justice says it'll be monitoring 86 jurisdictions on Election Day, including Clark County. It'll be ensuring states are following the federal statutes that protect the right to vote. Personnel from the Civil Rights Division, U.S. Attorney's offices, and federal observers will be deployed to those locations and be available to receive questions and even complaints from the public throughout the day. And Allegiant Stadium will be losing 200 parking spots in Lot B to make way for the planned Loop station by Elon Musk's Boring Company. The president and CEO of the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority says having the Vegas Loop operating to and from Allegiant is worth a gamble to losing those parking spots. The Boring Company's website says the Vegas Loop is expected to feature 68 total miles of tunnels running from Harry Reid Airport through the Strip and into downtown. Moving on to your weather, sponsored by Star Nursery, your garden's partner for every bloomin' thing. Taking a look at your Tuesday forecast, we're expecting a high around 69 degrees with a mix of cloud and sunshine. We do have a wind advisory going into effect tonight into Wednesday morning, as strong winds will be picking up between 20 and 30 miles per hour. And those cool winds will be bringing us lower temperatures into the 60s until Saturday. Temperatures will slightly increase on Sunday and Monday, back into the 70s, and then dip back into the 60s next Tuesday. In business news, brought to you by G-Bank, your best banking experience ever. The Aria Hotel is facing a wrongful death lawsuit against the family of a man who died at the resort after he experienced diabetic complications. The estate of William Howell is not only suing Aria, but also a Henderson-based community ambulance, 2 medical transport employees, and Rose Security Company in a Nevada court.
The lawsuit claims that after Howell was denied entry to his departing flight from Harry Reid International Airport, he returned to Aria looking visibly ill. And upon exiting his Uber, he actually fell inside of Aria's porte-cochere in front of several employees. They eventually took him up to his room, closed the door behind him, and after Howell did not return to London the following day, his family contacted Aria here in Las Vegas, and when they arrived at his room shortly after noon the following day, he was deceased.
The suit is seeking compensation for general specific damages, funeral expenses, and attorney's fees. MGM did not respond to a request for comment.
Now for your sports update, sponsored by PT's Taverns, your place to watch all the sports action. With over 65 locations, there's a PT's near you. Visit ptstaverns.com. The Lady Rebels opened their season on the right foot, beating Loyola Marymount by a score of 73-57. Aaliyah Alexander led the way in scoring for UNLV with 16 points. The Cox Pavilion also received a new decoration Monday night. The three-peat Mountain West Championship banner dropped from the rafters. To complete the celebration, the players gave staff, athletic director Eric Harper, and UNLV president Keith Whitfield their championship rings. Next up for the Lady Rebels, NAU on Thursday at 11 a.m.
In health news, brought to you by Centerville Senior Primary Care. Discover primary care focused on you. Older Americans are being urged to get the COVID-19 vaccine again, but it depends on when they received their last dose. The CDC recently announced that people 65 and older who are immunocompromised need a second dose of the new vaccine that was released in September. Experts say you should wait 6 months after the first dose, meaning March of next year, is the earliest you can receive the next dosage. Experts also say a duo of doses every year is needed to maintain immunity and keep pace with the virus's mutations.
Sports betting brought to you by Las Vegas Paiute Tribal Smoke and Cigar Shop. College football season is beginning to wind down, and the College Football Playoff Selection Committee is set to release its first rankings today for this season's inaugural 12-team playoff. Ohio State is a plus 350 favorite at the Westgate Superbook to win the national championship. Georgia is a 4-1 second choice, followed by Oregon at plus 450, Texas at 6-1, and Miami at 12-1. Alabama is 16-1, Tennessee is 18-1, and Penn State is 20-1, while Boise State is 100-1, and UNLV is 10,000 to 1. Vegas Station brought to you by Station Casinos, STN Sports. Download the app today. With the Raiders in the depths of the NFL standings at their bye week, what does head coach Antonio Pierce make of his team's start?
Some of it is shocking. Because I think when we left training camp, we felt really good about this group and our team. And then obviously we did get hit with injuries, but that's no excuse because every team in the league is dealing with that as well. But I think offensively, it just wasn't going the way I wanted to go, and it didn't look the way I wanted to look. And when it comes to the coaches, like I said, a lot of that stuff I'm going to look at over the next 24 to 48 hours.
In lifestyle news, brought to you by LV Craft Shows, has been bringing you the finest craft and gift shows since 1999. Visit lvcraftshows.com for upcoming events. Thanksgiving Day is getting closer, and if you're like me and don't enjoy the stress of preparing your own Thanksgiving meal, well, we made a list of restaurants you can get your meal at. In downtown, you can find Barry's Downtown Prime at Circa, serving dinner and dessert for $79. Carmine's Inside the Forum Shops at Caesars is dishing out roasted turkey with 7 side options. For the full list of restaurants, visit lvrday.com and look for this article. Moving on to your entertainment, sponsored by Arizona Charlie's has live entertainment every weekend at both locations. Go to arizonacharlies.com to see who's playing. A new art exhibit is featuring the artistic talents of some of the biggest rock stars. It's called Beyond the Stage, Art by Legends of Rock and Roll, and it's now open at the Animazing Gallery at Grand Canal Shops at the Venetian through December 7th. You can see pieces by Bob Dylan, Steven Tyler, John Lennon, Janis Joplin, and many others. But listen to this, if there's a piece that you really love in there, they're also being offered for sale. Thanks for watching 7 at 7. You can watch us Monday through Friday on streaming platforms like Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and YouTube. Join us weekly at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. to get the latest Las Vegas news updates.
Review Journal Studio, sponsored by Adam Kuttner. Get the maximum settlement as quickly as possible. This 7 at 7 update, sponsored by Pro Group Management. You're watching 7 at 7 from the Las Vegas Review Journal.